you're in a time and place of your life where your light is able to shine fully. Okay. There's a time in the past where it was dimmed and you just had to keep this vision of yourself and your future that you knew would exist, that you knew would come into existence or come to fruition. And you just had to keep that top of mind to keep you going. That was the light at the end of the tunnel for you for maybe years for some of you. But you had to kind of get out of this space where you were having to dim your light or feeling like you had to dim your light. This can happen in school settings, in corporate environments, in any place where you have to conform or assimilate to certain standards. And you are a creative person, okay? You are someone who lives creatively and lives through their creativity. And you're being called now to get into a very creative expression zone. You're being called to create. So being bored for you in this era is very important because out of boredom spawns this creativity. Now you're being called to tap into some of the shadow work you've done in the past. This is not like actively doing the shadow work. This is using the shadow work as a tool to inform whatever creative project that you're working on, whether you're writing, singing, songwriting. Art could be like physical art. But you're being called to use these past experiences, the stuff that's been hard, the things that you've had to confront within yourself. It could be like the things that you had to confront about like your relationships with other people, how you've had to set boundaries, how you've had to get your light back, whatever this is, this story of you getting your light back, taking ownership of your life and like gaining this independence and this ability to shine fully. And despite whatever judgments, whatever limitations, you just have superseded it all. Okay. You're being called to like pull upon those experiences that got you to where you are now. Okay. You know, you've been through it. You might not look like what you've been through, but you know, you've been through it and it is time to share your story in whatever creative way that you use. It's heavy on the singing and songwriting. It's because this Ace of Wands and like, doesn't it look like a microphone? It even could be stand-up comedy, something where you're on stage. It could be acting, play acting, something on stage, singing, as like I said before, but something like creative, like using your voice to express. And even if you're writing, like if like you're doing a audiobook for it as well, okay, like using the voice to express like this shadow self that like this like the tunnel, right? Like you are in the light at the end of the tunnel right now, but we want to hear the story of like the tunnel and how you came through it. All right, that's really important, and this is leading you to like categorical success. This is like ticking the boxes, huge milestones, career milestones, that are very typical for anyone on a successful trajectory in the arts. Okay. um, it's gonna take a lot. I could just see you at whatever interview or accepting whatever award. You're saying, I poured all of my heart and soul into this. I poured myself out for this. I gave this my all. This is going to require a lot of your energy, but it's going to be so cathartic. And especially if you haven't really revisited some of these times of your life, especially if it's something that you've recently gone through or just stuff that like you went through, and things have been going so fast, you don't really take time to reflect too much and really think back on all the details. This is going to be so much catharsis for you and a lot of recognition for the version of you that was going through the healing and going through these experiences, compared to the version of you now who is more healed, right? We're always on a process of healing, but definitely more healed, more confident, and you finally like just have all the space in the world to shine your light. Okay, so whatever it is, get to it. You've got a story to tell, and people are waiting on with bated breath to hear it.